Hello everyone! In this video, we are going to solve linear inequality. And in doing that, we will use addition property of inequality. Let us first recall what is addition property of inequality. So, addition or subtraction of any real number on both sides of an inequality will not change the sense of an inequality. In symbol, if A is less than B, then A plus C is less than B plus C for all real numbers A, B, and C. So this means that if you add a real number on both sides of your inequality, the sense will not change. It means that just like in our illustration here, if it is initially less than, then it would still be less than after we add our real number. The same real number on both sides of our inequality. And it is still true for greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Okay, let's have some examples of solving linear inequality using that property or the addition property of inequality. I have here x plus 1 is less than 3. So our goal is to isolate the variable, okay, and to put all the variable on one side and all the constant on the other side. So take note that for an inequality, our solution will not just be one number. It will be the set of numbers with a certain restriction. So it is not limited to just one answer. Our answer or the solution for an inequality is actually usually in the form of inequality also. In this example, x plus 1 is less than 3. So we have 1 beside x. And to eliminate that, we will subtract 1 to both sides of our inequality. So I will just write it first. Okay, so I will subtract 1 on both sides of our inequality. And this will just be equal to x. And this side will be equal to 2. And as you can see here, the sense did not change by adding or subtracting any real number. So if it is less than, it is still less than. Okay? If we are to graph this answer or the solution for this inequality, the graph is, so it is the set of all x such that x is less than 2. If I will draw a number line here, let me write 2. We have 1, 0, and then 3, 4. We can use circle for 2. And then, let me use a different color. Yan. Circle for 2. 2 is not included, so it is not shaded. And then, x is less than 2. So, we are talking about the values that are less than 2, which is the values to the left of 2. Okay, that is the graph. What else can we do? We can also write our answer in interval notation. Yan. If we write it in interval notation, diba, 2 is not included, so parentheses. And the set of all x that are less than 2 will be smaller. So, it is negative infinity until 2. And then, parentheses. Okay? Now, how do we check whether our answer is correct or not? So, since our answer is the set of all x such that x is less than 2, you just pick one value that is less than 2. Now, it is better if you choose an integer value, and if it is possible, choose a small value so that it will be easier for us to check or to compute. Again, it can be any value less than 2. So, let's try 1. Let's write here. 1 plus 1 is 2, which is less than 3. So, that's true. Okay? Even if we choose a negative number, let's say we choose negative 1, negative 1 plus 1 is 0, which is less than 3. Which means our answer is correct. Okay? But in checking your answer, of course, you can choose any value in the interval. Suggestion lang naman yung to use an integer for easier solving. Pero, preferably, you choose a number closest to 2 that is less than 2. So, let's say 1.9. If you substitute 1.9 here, 1.9 plus 1, 2.9 less than 3. So still true. Which means that the answer to this inequality is really x less than 2. Okay, let's have another example. X minus 5 is greater than negative 2. So we have negative 5 on this side. What we do is we add 5 to both sides of our inequality to eliminate 5 here. So we can actually not write adding 5. Okay, it's okay to not write that anymore because we already know that if we add 5 to this side, 5 here will be eliminated. So no need to write negative 5 here. Okay, and we will just write positive 5 on this side because that's what we did. We added 5 to both sides, which resulted to 5 on this side being eliminated and being transferred to this side with a different sign. Okay, so x is greater than 3. Okay, let's write our answer. This is already our answer, by the way. Yan, this is already the answer. But, if the question requires that you write your answer in interval notation, then you need to write it in interval notation, which is greater than 3. So, it is 3 positive infinity. Okay, and if you are also asked to sketch the graph of your answer, then we can write that. The graph is, so it is 3 and then going to the right. 3 is not included. 3 and then to the right because 3 is the value of our solution is greater than 3. So this is our answer. Okay, let's have another example. Oh, I'll use black. Yan. Let's have another example. So, m minus 1/3 is less than or equal to 2. Okay, as you can see here, there is a fraction. Remember in equation, if there is a fraction, one of the method that we can use is to multiply everything on our equation by the LCD. But for this case, since there is just one fraction and there are not a lot of terms to be simplified, we can just add 1/3 to both sides of the equation. And it's really not that difficult. So we can do that. M, so we are adding 1/3 to both sides of our inequality. No need to write this. So m is less than or equal to 2 plus 1/3. Okay? So m is less than or equal to 2 and 1/3. Pwede naman siyang 2 and 1/3 na lang, no? Yan, that is our answer. Or actually, lagyan natin ng or. Kasi pwede rin naman that our answer will be m is less than or equal to yung improper fraction equivalent of 2 and 1/3, which is 7/3. Okay? So, if we are to write this in interval notation, move ko lang to ng konti. Yan. So, this is, okay, lagay ko na lang in. Wait. I'll erase it na lang. Which means interval notation. But again, this is already the answer. Just in case lang that you are required to write it in interval notation, then the answer, m less than or equal to 2 and 1/3 or 7/3 is negative infinity and then 7/3. Bracket because it is included. So, less than. Or, if we want to graph, okay, So it is 2 and 1/3, no? So it is in between, is it positive? Yes. It is in between 2 and 3. Ay, sorry. Mali yung graph ko. So 2 and then 3. 2 and 1/3 is here. Kasi you will divide between 2 and 3. And divide it by 3. So nandito siya. If you are going to use circle, so circle doon sa 2 and 1/3, you will shade the circle and then we shade to the left. Okay? So let's have another example. Let's have another example. N plus 0.8 is greater than or equal to 1.34. Okay? So, we need to isolate n here, which is our variable. We need to subtract 0.8 to both sides of our inequality. So, this side will just be equal to n. By the way, if you are solving linear inequality in one variable, it is better to write your variable on the left and the constant on the right. Okay, so that it will be easier to graph or to describe the solution set. Okay, so n, we are going to subtract 0.8 to both sides of our inequality. So 1.34 minus 0.8. N is greater than or equal to 0.54. Okay, in interval notation, greater than, no? So it means you are going to positive infinity. That is bracket because it is included 0.54 and then going to positive infinity. Okay, in graph, if you want to graph, then it is 0.54 in between 1 and 2. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. It is shaded, so it is more than half. So somewhere here, circle, and then shaded. And then we are going to the right. So that is the graph of n greater than or equal to 0.54. Okay? Okay, let's have one last example. Now, example number 5. Y minus 3 is greater than or equal to negative 12. Yan. Anong gagawin natin? We will add 3 to both sides of our inequality. So, this is y greater than or equal to negative 12 plus 3. This is y and then greater than or equal to negative 9. This is our answer. But if you are to write it in interval notation, yung set builder notation, I did not write it here because ito naman yung nilalagay sa set builder notation. Ang pinagkaiba lang, you will enclose it in braces and then you will write x or y such that y. Sige, for this specific example, lagay ko na rin yung set builder. Interval notation, greater than or equal to 9, negative 9. So, negative 9 included up to positive infinity. Set builder notation, baka nakalimutan nyo na kasi, set of all y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 9. And the graph for this inequality or the solution set is negative 9, negative 9, negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, and so on. Negative 9 is included. So, shaded ang circle. Greater than. So, we shade to the right. Okay? And that is how we solve linear inequality in one variable using addition property of inequality. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!